Hello everyone. So welcome back to this video, and for this video we are going to learn how you will be registering for TCS Next Step portal. Yes, it's that time of the year when TCS is in the air, and we are going to learn how to start off with the very first process of getting into TCS, which is the registration process. Now, why is Next Step portal important? Because TCS gets its candidates registered on Next Step portal, and from that is where you get to fill in the application form. All right. So whether it's on campus, off campus, whatever it is, TCS Next Step portal, being a user on this particular portal is very important. And the most important thing, why you should be watching this video, if that question pops up in your head, the answer is that at least 10 to 20% of students get their hall tickets cancelled. Why? Because they have filled in the Next Step portal form incorrectly. So when the company starts off with the screening process, the information that is provided in the portal is incorrect, and if it is found to be dishonest, your candidature gets cancelled and your hall tickets are revoked. So you will not be receiving any hall ticket even if you are a suitable candidate for a particular role, right? So it is very important that you watch this particular video step by step, and whenever you're registering for the Next Step portal, make sure that you have this video handy in front of you and you follow each step along with me whenever we are filling this particular form. All right, so that's that. We're not going to talk any more about the introduction. Let's move into the video. Let's start off with the registrations. So all the best. You are starting off to be maybe a suitable candidate for TCS. So let's move forward. Now, the first step that you have to do is, if you are already a TCS Next Step portal user, just come over here and click on login. All right. So once you click on login, you will have to enter your reference ID or your email ID and enter the captcha. Once done, you will be redirected towards the application form. But if you are not a registered user, so you have to start off with this particular button right over here, register now. All right. So let's start off with that. Let's click on register now. Since we are registering for the TCS on campus or off campus drives, the main motive that we use it the IT sector. All right, so we have to click on the information technology sector over here. If TCS comes for the BPS sector, they'll notify you and you will have to select the BPS sector. All right, so IT sector it is. So the first thing that you have to do, the first step is to input your email ID. Now, this email ID should be the one that is active, that is handy to you, the passwords of which you have not forgotten. All right, because this is where you will be receiving all the further information about TCS, registration dates, examination dates, selection, rejection, everything is going to be sent out on this mail. So make sure that this particular ID is a registered and active ID. All right. Also, please use your personal email ID and not your college email IDs, because that is what is mentioned right over here. So make sure that you're following every terms and conditions before you move on with each step. All right. Moving forward, first let's enter the email ID over here. Okay, so I have this email ID along with me, which is not registered on the Next Step portal. Now click on get OTP. Once you do that, just a second. All right, so an OTP has been sent to my email address. I'll just quickly put in the OTP over here and get back to you. Okay, so OTP is inserted. Let's move forward. Show password, don't save. Now, moving forward, now what we need is your Aadhaar card information. All right, so make sure you have your Aadhaar card, you have your mark sheets and everything right in front of you whenever you are filling up this form. Also, some glass of water will also be enough because it's going to be a tedious process. All right, so we're going to fill in the Aadhaar card number. Please fill in your Aadhaar card number, which is linked to your mobile number. All right, don't put in any other Aadhaar card numbers. They are going to verify you, so you cannot play smart over here. So I'll just insert that. Your first name, your middle name, your surname, everything has to be in place, because the information that you input right over here is going to be pre-filled in your application form, which you cannot change later. So make sure that you're filling up the form absolutely correctly. All right. Your date of birth again. So I'm just going to insert this date of birth here. Okay, now very important criteria that TCS has also put in their application forms is that your age should be between 18 to 28. All right, so your birth of year, right? That means your date of birth, your 10th year, your 12th year, and your college year. All of this is important. So do not put in any misinformation about a year. Don't miscalculate your years. Please make sure that you know which was the starting year, which was the ending year, which was the passing out year of your academics and of your date of birth as well. All right, the dates are very, very important. Even a minor mistake in your dates can lead to your candidature or your hall tickets being cancelled. All right, so Aadhaar card numbers, details filled in. Let's move towards our gender and a title. So you quickly put in your title over here, your gender, it automatically picks up your gender. And then we just put in the phone number. Again, a phone number should be a primary phone number because you're going to receive communication on that particular phone number itself. All right, so your college name should be here. I'll just quickly fill it in over here. Your qualification should be, since it is for the BTech students, so we are going to use Bachelor of Technology. All right, if you belong to MSc or you belong to any other stream that is Bachelors of Engineering, all of those streams are eligible over here. Please know your eligibility and then fill in this particular form. Since we're filling it for the BTech students, our audiences, we're going to fill in Bachelor of Technology here. Passing out year is 2024. All right, now nearest TCS office. TCS might have in-center exams after COVID or online exams. You never know. So please fill in the nearest TCS office that if it's in-center, you will have to go there. All right, so just putting in the CAPTCHA over here. Let me just do that. Okay. SO. I hope I'm correct. I'm not mistaken. All right. So you're going to get this particular information right in front of you. Please confirm this information. If it's incorrect, go back, change it. So your name, your email ID, and your phone number has to be in place. All right. So once you do that, please confirm over here. If you think that there's something wrong, please go back and correct it. Now, this is where you get your CT reference or your DT reference ID. Please make sure that you're screenshotting this particular message or this particular page. You have the CT DT reference number saved with you somewhere or the other, because it might want you to fill in this form when you come back for the application form. All right, put in the CAPTCHA over here. I'll just quickly do that. Okay, and then next. Once you do next, you are going to receive another OTP on your mail ID, right? So quickly input that over here. I'll do that. Just give me a second. All right, my OTP is here. I'm going to quickly log in. Once you click on login, you are now logged in onto the Next Step portal, and now you can start off with the application form. Like I told you, it's going to be a tedious process. That was only the preliminary stage. Now we are going to move towards the actual application form. You are on the portal over here. Click on this application form right over here on the left panel. And once you click on that, you move towards the main application form. Now, there are four criteria that we have to fill in. The first is personal details, academic and work experience details, other details, and application form preview and declaration. All right, so let's start filling the form. So click on this particular button over here, start filling the form, and we come on the first page. Now, as you can see, your first data that you had filled in the previous form is already pre-filled. So your phone number, your date of birth, your gender, and your name, everything is here. All right, starting off with your father's name. We'll just quickly do that over here. Fill in your father's name, your gender is there, your date of birth is here. Now, your house number, apartment name, block number. So your address is asked over here. That's a permanent address. All right, so where you have been living, which is your permanent address. You will not be changing that address. So we need that address over here. All right. So we'll just quickly insert this address, area or landmark. Let's just not give extra details. India, since we are from India, we just write over here the state that we are in, the city that we are in, and the pin code. So I'll just quickly enter this pin code over here. All right. Now, they're asking the question, are the permanent and present address same? This means that if you're living right now, wherever you're living, is it the same address that you're living in? If not, please enter your present address as well. If it's the same, click on yes. It will be pre-filled again. If no, click on no and then fill in the information here. All right. So we're going to click on yes and move forward. Right. Then we can just move forward with save and continue. All right. So if you have any alternate email IDs, please enter that email ID over here. If you have any alternate phone number, please put in that over here and then save and continue. Now we move towards academic and work experience details. Please follow each of these steps one by one. Academic details is very important. This is where most of the students go wrong. And if you go wrong, your hall tickets will be cancelled, guys. So I don't want that. You don't want that. So follow me step by step. All right. So highest qualification instructions are already given over here. Please read these instructions carefully. So highest qualification category details, institute name already pre-filled because we had pre-filled over there. Highest qualification, Bachelor of Technology, year of passing is 2024. All right, because they're asking for 2024 this year. All right, let's move towards graduation. So Bachelor of Technology is going to be our stream. Now since the college year is of 4 years, so you have to calculate that way. Since you're moving out in 2024, right? So you have to make sure that you put in proper information. So we're going to move forward with the calculations. If you're moving out in 2024, that means we are going to enter in 2020, right? So I'll just quickly put in the information here. And let me just end it on April 1st. All right, so 2024 April ended. It's going to be a full-time because TCS generally asks for a full-time course and not a part-time course, and that's not eligible. Specialization, we'll just go for computer science. All right, computer science over here. Now, CGPA, I would love myself to be, to be a brilliant student. So out of 10, I think I would rate myself, let's say 7 CGPA. All right, so that's 62.50%. So above 60%, that is what your eligibility criteria is at 60%. So if it's above 60%, you are eligible. All right. Moving forward, so click on save and continue after you fill in each information. Save and continue, move towards the second one, that is 12th grade. All right, please select the relevant course, 12th grade or equivalent diploma. So if you have done diploma, please enter the details of your diploma here. Specialization, let's just write science over here. I'm sorry for the spelling. A university or institute, I'll just quickly fill in here my institute. Okay, there's something. Okay, Board of Education, ICSE. All right. Now, course duration. Now, what they have mentioned right over here is very important to understand. Please mention only your 12th duration in your 12th grade details. Do not include 11th duration. So you only have to enter details of 1 year and not 2 different years, right? So since we have started college in 2020, we are going to end 12th in 2020. That means 2019 should be our starting year. All right. So we quickly move here, select March 30th to be the starting year, and the ending should be in 2020. All right. So we end in 2020. All right. So that's going to be your year. Please understand that your passing out year and your starting year should match. All of the information should match with your details that you are providing. All right. Again, it's going to be a full time. Marks, let's quickly go with total. Let's go with CGPA itself. So total was 10 CGPA and I've achieved 8 CGPA. All right, so that calculates my percentage as 80%. Moving forward, save and continue. All right, so 12th form from or to date is overlapping with graduate form or to date. So that means we will have to remove this date from here and let's do it ending in February. All right, I hope that does it. So exactly what I was saying. So if you enter any wrong details about the dates or minor details, that's going to take you off the charts and get your hall ticket cancelled. 10 to 20% of students got that, guys, last year. So don't do that mistake. All right. So we let's start off with the 10th details. Auxilium Convent, that is where I'm from. All right. A Board of Education, again, ICSE is what? Now, we need only, please mention only your 10th duration in your 10th grade details. Don't enter 9th or 11th duration, right? So now, since we had completed 2019, we started our 12th. That means 2018, we started off with our 11th, and 2017, we started off with our 10th, right? So we're going to use 2017 over here. So 2017 starting off in the month of April, right? And then we end in 2018. All right, let's end in the month of March. Okay, again, grading system, total marks obtained, the total CGPA is 10, and I had received 8 again. So that's 80%. All right, so I have 60% in all my academics and highest degree as well, which is the least eligibility criteria. All right, so that is done. Again, save and continue. Now, any other qualification? Have you done any other course? If you have done any other course, click on yes and fill in this particular information. If you haven't, again, click on no. The information that you provide over here should be absolutely correct and your dates should be matching with the certificates. All right. I'm going to quickly click on no over here and then save and continue. So NAC Tech details. Have you taken the NASCOM assessment of competency technology NAC test? If you have, click on yes. If you haven't, please click on no. If you have, then you'll have to fill in all the details over here. So I'll quickly click on no and then save and continue. Work experience. Do you have any relevant work experience? If you have, please fill in the information over. You can just quickly add a new row. Fill in the information: employee ID, name of the employer, address, employment type, duration from and to, designation, duty, and salary as well. So you'll have to fill in this information. But since I don't like TCS generally comes for the freshers until unless you're a master's degree student. If you're a fresher, you don't need to put in any work information if you haven't already done that. All right. So I don't have any, so I'm going to quickly click on no and then save and continue. Moving towards declaration. Have you taken any break in studies? So TCS doesn't allows only 2 years of break in studies, right? So if you have, you will have to provide more information about that. All right. Mention duration and reason, but I'm going to click on no over here. Do you have you done any other courses? If yes, please put in the information over here. If no, click on no and then move forward. Do you have any pending backlogs currently? If yes, please select how many active backlogs are there. It does not allow any backlogs, guys. You should not be having any active backlogs. If you have, you should get it cleared before you apply for TCS. All right. So I'm going to quickly click on no. If you have any details of your academic projects, please do that and mention it right over here. Moving forward, declaration. You have taken all subject marks into consideration for calculating the obtained total marks. Yes, we have. So you have to calculate all of your subject marks together and then fill in this form. All right. The marks obtained entered by you for each of the above mentioned academic qualification has been secured in the first attempt. If second attempt, please click on no and then provide details later whenever they ask. All right. So I'm going to quickly read all of these. As per TCS, L selection guidelines do not have any extended education. Yes. You have declared break in studies. Yes, I have. If you haven't, that's going to be incorrect. Please do that. You have not attended the TCS selection process in the last 6 months. So if you have, this is one query that students ask is 6 months of duration. That is the gap that they need for your selection process. So if you have 6 months of duration, that's going to be the optimum best. So you cannot apply for TCS if you have already applied for TCS in the last 6 months. All right. You have read the eligibility criteria. Yes. Now, once you declare these, click on I agree and then we can save and continue. Once that's done, we are moving towards the other details section. This is where you talk about your achievements, your certification, the languages that you know. All right. So nationality and languages known. Nationality is going to be India. Now, whatever languages that I know should be inputted over here. So let's just quickly add a new row. So I know English. I'm going to quickly put in English over here. I can speak, read, and write, but is it my mother tongue? No, it's not my mother tongue. So I'm going to quickly add another language over here. I know Hindi over here. So yes, I can speak, I can read, I can write, and that's my mother tongue as well. If you have any other language, please put in over here. Moving forward, languages certification. If you have any certification including English, please select the certification from list below. Now, let's say for example that you know French and you have a French certification, right? You will first have to add that over here, that certification language, and only then you can add the certification over here. So let me just quickly show that to you. Let's say that I add French over here. All right. So there will be a pop-up that says, please add details for this language in languages known section before adding certification. So you will first have to add French over here, and then you can add French in the certification section, right? That goes with any other language. So I'm going to remove this from here. All right. I'm going to remove this from here. I don't have any extra certification, so I'm also going to remove this. But if you have, please put in the information. Save and continue. Moving towards achievements. So if you have any other extra achievements, any other extra certification, please input that detail over here. Add new certification. select the certification that you have, and then you can move forward. Since I don't have, so I'm going to quickly remove that and save and continue. Moving towards uploading your photo or CV, this is where you upload your photograph and your CV. Make sure that you have your CV updated with all the details, all the skills, all the certification that you have received recently. All right, so your first name is needed here. I'll just quickly do that. Your last name, blood group. So if you don't know your blood group, get your blood checkup, guys. Get your blood checked up. All right, so I need to upload my photo and CV. So I'll quickly do that and get back to you. Just give me a second. All right, so my photograph and my CV has been uploaded. So I'm going to save and continue over here. All right, now this is the final declaration and application form preview page. So some security details very quick. Are you involved in any pending or criminal cases? If yes, click on yes. If no, click on no. So I'm going to click on no because I am not in any. Are you involved in any pending or closed disciplinary malpractices? No, I'm not. Moving forward, application form preview. Guys, application form preview is very important. Why am I saying that? Because what happens is students, they just click on application preview and they fail. I'm sorry. Yeah, they just click on application preview and they don't submit the form. They just think that, oh, this is completely done, so I'm done with the form. No, that's not it. That's the application form preview so that you can check all of the details that you have mentioned, right? This is for you to check, but what you have to do is get back to the form and then submit the form over here. Application preview is not the end. This is another reason why people don't receive their hall tickets, because they don't know that they have not submitted the form, they have only previewed the form. All right, so declaration over here again. Have you appeared for teachers in the last 6 months? If yes, please fill in the details over here. If no, not needed. Moving forward, read the terms and conditions over here. Click on I agree. The date is already pre-filled over here. Let's quickly fill the place and then finally submitting the application form. Voila, our application form has been submitted. Now let me just quickly let you know that if TCS comes on campus for your exams in your colleges, you are going to receive a Google form link from the TPOs from your college itself, and that is where you will be filling your reference ID, your email ID, your details, your personal details, and get yourself registered for the on-campus drive. All right, but if it comes off campus, and that is what you are applying to, so you will be receiving a button right over here, apply to drive. So if whenever that happens, we'll let you know. So make sure that you are there with us on YouTube and our social media channels as well. The links, everything is there in the description box so that you know that the off-campus drive is here. All right, for the off-campus application submission, you will be receiving buttons over here, apply to drive. So once we click on apply to drive, you directly move towards the application form. All right, so TCS Next Step portal, this is done. You are registered on TCS Next Step portal. So congratulations. Make sure you keep your details of CT, reference site, and everything in place with you. So we can just quickly go on home, and if you want to track your application, so if you want to track your application, you can click on track my application over here. Application received, yes. Candidate registration, registered, yes. All right, so this is where you can track your application if you have applied for on-campus or your off-campus drive. So all the best moving forward from here. But one thing that I would like to let you know that if you've already applied for TCS and if now that it's the time that you start preparing for TCS, so we have the best place. You know that we have Prep Insta Prime for you. We have a 200 plus hours of course for you specifically for TCS. So you can come over here and get your TCS course right over here from this carousel. And also you can use the coupon code YouTube, 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 and get some extra bucks off on this particular Prep Insta Prime website, right? Again, if you want any textual representation of the entire registration process, we have this particular page for you, the link of which will be there in the description box. So you can take up this link and start registering. So all the best. Go ahead, start applying and start preparing. Happy learning.